political power in Congress is based around population. Bigger states, like California and Texas, are rewarded with more seats than smaller states, like Rhode Island and Delaware. Since our population is constantly changing, people move, have babies, die, the Constitution requires that a census be held every 10 years to count the people of each state. Census numbers are used in the process of reapportionment to determine how many of the 435 congressional seats each state gets. As states grow in population, they get more seats, and they take those seats from states that have grown less quickly. After each reapportionment, every state must alter the boundaries of their congressional districts to account for these changes. This is called redistricting. The United States is the only advanced democracy in the world where politicians directly participate in the districting process. Why does this matter? You live in a district. Many districts, actually. Congressional, state senate, assembly, city council, school. Everyone in America lives in districts. All districts are bounded by lines. The way district lines are drawn can determine who represents you for decades at a time.
There is an image held the world over of an American democracy that is robust, vibrant, open to change, and subject to the will of the voter. This image is an unfortunate illusion. Gerrymandering is America's best kept secret.
The word gerrymander was first used in the Boston Gazette newspaper in 1812. The word was created in reaction to the redrawing of the Massachusetts State Senate election districts under the Governor Elbridge Gerry. When mapped, the contorted district in Boston resembled a salamander. The redistricting plan Gerry agreed to obviously benefited his Democratic-Republican Party. There are two basic tactics for gerrymandering. The ultimate idea is to maximize the effect of the supporters' votes in an area, and then to minimize the effect of the opponents' votes in that same area. One tactic for this is known as packing. Packing means to concentrate as many voters of one type into a single electoral district to reduce their influence on other districts. The other tactic is known as cracking, which involves spreading out voters of a particular type among many districts in order to deny them a sufficiently large voting block in any particular district. Gerrymandering is effective because of the wasted vote effect. By packing opposition voters into districts they will already win, and by cracking the remainder among the districts where they are moved into the minority, the number of wasted votes among the opposition can be maximized. In 1960, the Alabama legislature redrew the electoral district boundaries of Tuskegee. They replaced a square shape with a 28-sided figure. This was meant to essentially exclude all blacks from the city limits of Tuskegee and place them in a district where there are no whites. Professor Charles Gomillion learned that several white citizens were promoting a bill in the state legislature to redefine the boundaries of the city to ensure victories by whites. Gomillion and other activists appealed to the city council, wrote to the county commission, lobbied the state legislature, and published an open letter in the Montgomery Advertiser. However, despite all these acts, Act No. 140 passed in the state legislature in 1957. Gomillion and many others said that the act violated the due process and equal protection clauses of the 14th Amendment. They claimed that the redrawn city boundaries took away the blacks' votes, therefore there was a discriminatory purpose. The United States District Court for the Middle District of Alabama dismissed the case, ruling that the state had the right to draw boundaries. This case was then appealed before the Supreme Court. In a unanimous decision, 9-0, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of Gomillion. Justice Felix Frankfurter said that the act violated the 15th Amendment, which prohibits states from passing laws depriving citizens of the right to vote, and thus reversed the lower court's rulings. This case showed that all state powers were subject to limitation imposed by the U.S. Constitution. Therefore, States were not insulated from federal judicial review when they jeopardized federally protected rights. In 1961, the results of the ruling went into effect and the gerrymandering was reversed and the original map came back. This is North Carolina's 12th Congressional District. As an example of packing, this district is predominantly African American and liberal. This is Illinois' 4th Congressional District, which packs 2 Hispanic areas by thinly running along Interstate 294. What's intriguing about this one is that in order to connect the 2 Hispanic areas, the district is as wide as the interstate at some points. This is an example of the cracking style in Columbus, Ohio. The urban and mainly liberal concentration is split into thirds, meaning now, in each segment, they are outnumbered by conservative suburbs in their district.